There have been 15 impeachment trials in the Senate since the beginning of the United States. That's including judges, not just two presidents, Andrew Johnson and Bill Clinton. In every single one of those 15 impeachment trials, there have been witnesses. At the Bill Clinton impeachment trial, in which Mitch McConnell was involved, there were 3 witnesses, Monica Lewinsky, Sidney Blumenthal, and Vernon Jordan. The idea that you can have a trial without any witnesses, I think, is absurd. I think even the average American, even a Republican, would accept that that premise is absurd, the idea that you have a trial but there are no witnesses. The idea that you have a trial in which the jurors, because that's what the Republican senators are going on the record saying, we're coordinating with the White House, we have no interest in being fair or impartial, as Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham have said. That would not happen in any other trial. So this whole trial has been a farce since day one.
Can you talk about the division in the Republican Party, the significance of, we're broadcasting here from Utah, of Utah's junior senator, Mitt Romney, saying he's definitely calling for witnesses. And then you've got Susan Collins, who often makes noises, but then usually sides with the president, Murkowski in Alaska, and particularly Lamar Alexander of Tennessee.
I think you put your finger on it there, Amy, when you said Susan Collins, who usually kind of makes these noises and then sides with the president. That's a pretty accurate description of every quote-unquote moderate Republican in the era of Trump. We've seen this script before, where they make all the right noises so the media take them seriously. You saw last week Murkowski and Collins and others coming out and saying, oh, we were hearing out the House managers. And then Adam Schiff said something mean about heads on pikes, and now we're not listening to him anymore. You know, it's childish behavior. It's cynical and self-serving behavior. For me, I would advise everyone at home and all of my journalistic colleagues in this town and elsewhere not to fall for the same trick again. We saw this during the Brett Kavanaugh impeachment hearings, Amy, where people came out and said, you know, Jeff Flake, do you remember Jeff Flake, the great moderate Republican senator? You know, they came out and said, let's have an FBI investigation, which wasn't really an FBI investigation. It was just a fig leaf of an investigation. But it would enable people like Flake to say, look, we're open-minded. We're listening to the evidence. We're not just being Trump shills. And I think that's the case with all of these Republican senators. Mitt Romney has a long history of talking a good game and then getting behind Trump when he has to. And I just don't think they are actually going to vote for witnesses. I don't think that Mitch McConnell is going to lose this vote. But you know what? I do think that Democrats should come out and call the Republican bluff. I've been saying this for a while, Amy. Come out and say, yes, you want Joe Biden? Have Joe Biden. You want Hunter Biden? Have Hunter Biden. You know, you want the House managers, Uber drivers? You can get them to testify as well. Have whoever you like, but give us John Bolton, give us Mick Mulvaney, give us people close to the president who were part of the conversations in which the president did all of this stuff that he claims he didn't do.